We get some dirt?
Dirt? You want some dirt?
Yeah.
Some dirt. We got a permit here?
Yes, we got permits.
We got dirt.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone who's had a part in this project, and it's been a long project.
The Lake Wobegon Trail is a great example of citizen initiative and government involvement. And I just heard Pete talk about Rio Sand. In the 1990s, I was told the Albany JC saw an opportunity for a trail. JC sought Stearns County support, but instead the Stearns County board at that time said we need a $150,000 match. And I know there was at least one board member that time who said no way, but it happened. The JCs successfully raised the match. The Lake Wobegon Trail currently reaches the western and northern boundaries of Stearns County, and when this segment of the trail is completed, it will reach the eastern boundary of Stearns County, where it will connect with the Beaver Islands Trail. And I'm looking at the Mayor Place, and which connects to the southern boundary of Stearns County. So thanks again to the hard work, dedication, and vision of those who came before us. We're getting close to making the connection and completing the trail. Thanks again for coming today, and thanks to everybody responsible for getting us to this point. Thank you.
This was a critical connection piece, so we were really pleased to be able to fund a great project like this. And I congratulate you and look forward to riding the trail in the near future. Thank you.
And it's been a long time. I've been on the board now about 9 years, and we did a lot of good projects. We've seen a lot of projects come together, and it's sure nice to see this here last end of the Wobegon Trail connecting St. Joe to St. Cloud. And I really thank everybody for the hard work and effort they put into it.
I was the guy that sat in the little office with no windows out in the Public Works building in Waite Park, in the Stearns County Public Works building, that tried to figure out how can we use that Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad. We had a few cities after the abandonment happened from Avon, or I think it was Collegeville westward, asking what's the county going to do with that railroad corridor? We hadn't thought about doing anything. But there was this transportation grant called the Intermodal Surface Transportation Act, and if you could say it, you could have some money. And there were applications that we had to put together. And for me, the significant part of the history of this trail is I sat there between Christmas and New Year's. Everybody's on vacation in the world, and I've got a deadline of January something to get this thing into MnDOT in a language that Park and Rec people don't really speak. And there was no one to ask for help or definitions or anything. And I sat in my little cubby hole, and I thought, you know, this is a quarter of a century ago, pretty much. I said, if I throw this thing in that garbage can, who would care? And so just to see what it'd feel like, I threw the application into the garbage can. Shit! I better grab this thing. Pardon the French. But so I pulled it out and just persisted. And so I asked, if this was never done, who would care? And I think with all the associations and all of the networking between the cities, the counties, the volunteers, organizations, I think it proves out that a lot of people cared. And so I'm just glad to have been part of this thing, and I congratulate the county on continuing to fund this thing when there's probably lots of other priorities that were beating at the window asking for money as well. And I want to congratulate all the cities and the townships that really put some blood and sweat into this thing to make it happen, because without the vision, there wouldn't have been anything. And so I congratulate all of the citizens too on this great resource that they've made available. So thank you.
Guys got out, raised some money, got the ball rolling, and it's become a huge asset to the community. This trail gets used. I know people, when I say there's a couple of 100,000 people that use it, they think I'm nuts. Well, you got to get out on the trail and see. The number of people that we have out on the trail, and our breakdown on our rides is about a third from the Twin Cities Metro, about a third from outstate Minnesota, and about a third from along the Rail Trail corridor. And that I think holds pretty true for the rest of the time of the year when people come and use the trail as well. We've had people from out of state. I spoke to a guy just about 2 weeks ago that was biking he was from Montana, and he was doing a coast-to-coast bike ride from Seattle to the East Coast. Ran into a couple years ago from Norway or Sweden. And they were biking from Bar Harbor, Maine to Seattle, Washington. A guy from Germany flew in from Hamburg, Germany, flew to Seattle, and then biked all by himself. And the guy was in his 70s, was biking from Seattle to the East Coast. We get those people coming through, about 200 to 300 every year that come through and do that kind of a ride. Besides all of the other people that get out and use it.